Hello everyone. This is a quick video. I actually made a promise to my daughter. She started to learn Chinese, and I told her that I'm actually writing something very special for her mom, and in Chinese, by the way. I will start to read a page in one video, and I will explain that page in English, and also I will post the Chinese version of that video, of that piece, in this video through the link below, so that if you want to practice your Chinese, the genuine Chinese, you can feel free to follow along. So that's basically what I like to try, and let's get started. First thing first, I like to say, give you a little bit of background, is that in Chinese culture, taking care of the seniors is actually a very important factor. My wife, we married for over 30 years, give or take, and obviously her mom is growing older, and my wife, along with her own siblings, she has three sisters back in China. So they planned to taking care of their aged mom, over 90 years old already, kind of take turn 3 months per year. So now in around November, December is her turn. So she basically got everything ready and start take off, and went to China and going to be there for about 3 months, 3 to 4 months, give or take. She's the youngest one, so another thing in Chinese culture is pretty interesting is when you are the youngest daughter, you are the most charitable one. So her mom really looking forward her to go back. But for me, that means I'm going to be single dad or bachelor, temporary bachelor, whatever you call it, for the next for 3 months. So I thought she did this last year too, but this year I said, well, you know what? I like to do something a bit special for her because she missed Christmas time. We don't have time to send her gift, and she also don't have time with us for Chinese New Year. So I said, well, I want to make some gift that are kind of special to her. So here's what I did. I like to write, by the way. So I thought, why not write something on daily routine happens, nothing crazy, just kind of our daily life while we are separate, right? And then by the time she came back, I will give this book to her. So the handwriting book. So I wrote it all in Chinese, and I gave it a title. And the title is, in English, is The Love Letters to My Wife. In Chinese, I call it 写给妻子的情书. As you can see, I have a pretty rudimental drawing, pretty preliminary, simple drawing on each page, and I handwriting everything there. Okay, so long story short, I like to basically start with the first page. Okay, so I will read in Chinese, and then I will explain a little bit more in English. Let's get started. So we don't go crazy. This is going to be the first page. I'm going to take a picture, give you the link so you can take a look. It won't be exactly the way, but it will be kind of close, okay? So let me read in Chinese, and then I will give you the English explanation. 今年2025年11月中旬，妻子将回国照顾年迈的老母亲。她走之前把家里收拾得井井有条，给我和孩子做了各种我们喜欢吃的美食，还压了一大堆面条，冻了起来，让我们慢慢享用。 最后终于导致本来快要清空的冰箱又被装得满满当当。在送妻子去飞机场的路上，我嘴里东扯西拉的说着一些同生意上有关的事情，试图造成表面上一切正常的假象，心中却盘算着妻子这一去，表面上看只是今年11月中到明年3月末，但若是按天来计算，这总计是138天，已经超过1年的1/3的时间。突然想起我们刚结婚时，车间要去济南实习3个月，我记得自己安慰婚才结了几天就得分手，有点闷闷不乐的妻子说，两情若在长久时，又岂在朝朝暮暮。若是没有记错的话，这句诗出自秦少游，是中国古代的一个著名诗人。没想到他这所谓的千古名句，竟然成了我和妻子多年婚姻的魔咒。想到这里，心中不禁有点恨起这家伙来。这就是这一篇的内容。那么下面我会用英文给大家简单的解释一下。So this is pretty much the whole page in Chinese, Mandarin Chinese, okay? So now I'm going to basically translate kind of page by page, the word by word, so that you have an idea what this is about, okay? So the first part, basically I'm saying, well, my wife is going to go back to China and looking after her aged mom. She's take off in November 2025. But before she left, she cleaned the house, keep it so tidy and clean. And also she made many frozen homemade food like noodles and dumplings, all those things. And they kind of put it in the fridge frozen so that we won't starve to death. Well, sort of, but I won't. I know that. But that's how she wants to kind of convey her love to the family and myself by making a bunch of food and frozen them. And we actually originally have a plan to make sure the fridge is being emptied, but now because all she is doing this, the whole fridge is being filled up again. So on the way, obviously, I'm driving car, send her to the airport. I'm sort of just act as pretty normally talking business, this and that. But in my mind, obviously, I'm doing my own little calculation. I say, gee, this is a bit long, actually, than I expected. Because, on the surface, it says from November to March is only 3-4 months. But if you count them in the days, it's actually 138 days, more than 1/3 of the whole year. So, it's, basically, we like to stuck together, although now all of a sudden realize 1/3 of the year she is going to be gone, I feel kind of lost. So I feel, that actually remind me when we getting married, just married, new marriage, right? So actually in honeymoon, at that time I was in China, I worked in a refinery where we are going to go to another refinery to stay for 3 months and learn the technology there so that we can get ready to start our own new plant. That's basically the kind of assignment I've been given. So I have to go for 3 months. At the very beginning, now my wife go for her mom, but I go for the job at that time. So obviously we just get married. We don't want to really stop this honeymoon abruptly, right? So, but I have to calm. I mean, just to tell wife this, that's okay, this and that. But I'm sort of, use a bit of cultural way to talk about an ancient poem, and it goes. I will go give you the Chinese words, and then I explain because that's the tough part. Okay, it's a 两情若在长久时，又岂在朝朝暮暮. So 两情 means two emotions. And it basically talks about the emotion from my wife and the emotion from me or from the couple. 若在长久时, it means if the people love each other, the couple love each other forever, right? Then why bother have to stick together all the day or night? So basically, he's saying, well, if you love each other, doesn't matter you are stay together or you are far, far away, you always love each other. That's basically the poem trying to say, right? So the distance does not make the love disappear. That's basically what it says. So it's a beautiful poem, but although I say that, but now I realize this became a routine now because she's gone. I went for those 3 months, and then we came back, and then because I'm kind of a bit crazy, I decided to learn English, and then I say, okay, Canada looks good, so I want to go to Canada, immigrant, so I do all kind of bunch of crazy things. So we sort of separate for quite a bit. And now, because her mom's situation, we separate again. So I feel, oh, gee, this became a crazy routine now. So I really don't know if I like this poem anymore. Although it sounds good, but when you do the practice, it's hard, right? So that's sort of whole thing I'm writing. Anyway, this is the first page. We got quite a bit of page behind. Oh, yeah, the last thing I like to introduce is, okay. So you see this is a chicken, rooster, okay, not chicken, rooster. This is monkey, okay? So basically what happened on those two pictures on the very first page is because in Chinese culture, we have those, I don't know what's the English word, but it's basically saying, 1 year you have different animal kind of corresponding to it. So you got 12 animals, you got, roosters, monkeys, ox, snake, dragon, tigers, those kind of stuff, right? So I was this, okay? Based on the year I born, I'm a rooster, okay? Or chicken, whatever you call. This is monkey. My wife, she is monkey, okay? In Chinese culture, I don't know who said that, but it says the chicken, the rooster and the monkey, if they got married, they won't stay long because they are going likely separate, Oh, well, to me, I think and my wife, we both proved that's basically not true, right? To use the proper English, but if you it's not true. Although at the beginning, it's actually a concern from my wife or her mom saying, well, you are a rooster, she's a monkey. I'm not sure this is going to work out. Well, it turns out it works out pretty good. The only damn thing is we sort of separate quite a bit. But other than that, we stick along very well. Okay? Thank you very much, and I will see you guys next page. Bye-bye.